All right, welcome back to another week. This week, we're taking a look at the Chevrolet Colorado Z71. So I'll give you a quick tour around. First of all, we got a little bit of an audience here because I'm doing this in a parking lot because I don't want to get this thing muddy yet. It looks really good in the gray color, which is nice. And also, we have the rear here. A little bit of a small cab, reminds me of the Canyon cab quite a bit. And I really like it. It's really, really nice. So let's actually hop in and I'll give you my first driving impressions if I don't run out of sunlight. Let's see. Alrighty, let's hop in. That was a startup just because I thought I'd do it from the outside this time instead of the inside. So let's give you a quick little preview of the inside actually. As I jump in here, look at that cool startup animation. Really cool. Now, it's an interesting car. Here, let me just close this. There we go. It's interesting. So here, I'll press my power button. It's gonna start up. Gonna remember where I was sitting. Excellent. So, okay. Already I'm like, where is the rest of it? Like, and why? Oh, copyright, I'm gonna get copyrighted. Oh boy. All right. I'm like, where is the rest of like what's supposed to be here? Like you see, like there's like dark sides. Anyways, that's the only part of it I'm like, ooh, gotta get used to that. But besides that, really nice. It's not much of a colorful interior because you can see like, I got a massive screen here, which I love that. Dual zone climate control. I'll get to all the nitty gritty in a little bit later on in the week, but just first impression for the inside, it's not bad. It's not vibrant and there's not a lot of colors to bounce off, but before I lose the sunlight, let me give you my first driving impression. So I'm gonna put you up on the windshield and let's go. All right, so it's pretty dark, so hopefully the footage isn't too grainy. There isn't a lot of material in here that's gonna allow you to really see me, or the light's not gonna bounce off too much. I don't know if that helps. No, probably not. Probably makes it worse. Anyways, so first impressions for the Colorado Z71, Z71, whichever way you want to say. It really reminds me of the GMC Canyon. It's a small pickup that can get the job done. I think the ride quality is a little bit worse. It's not uncomfortable. It's just a little bit worse because I think the Canyon, especially the AT4X version, had more dampening qualities, which was meant for off-road, meant for big harsh bumps. And the Colorado, in this version really isn't a crazy off-road one. I think that's more the desert boss or the trail boss that you're going to be looking for in those trims. So but so far it's so good. Like, it's really getting dark, so like I'm really hoping the camera's picking me up because we are in Canada and I lose the light at 4 p.m. It's like depressing. But anyways, I get to review cool cars, so my life really isn't that bad, is it? Just I would like to see the sun once in a while. Is it too much to ask? It's like, but yeah, so far with the Colorado's case, I have everything that I need or that I would want from a pickup, which is awesome. And I can't really complain about not having certain things because I have everything. I've got ventilated seats, heated seats. The only thing that I'm missing is like the red seat belts. I have every other package pretty much that you could put on this thing. So it's really hard to complain about that. And it's awesome. I got a sunroof. I'm pretty happy here. And this is going to be one of those weeks where I'm stuck with the car, or not stuck with the car, but I have the car, for an extra couple of days because Christmas is coming. Things are going to be closed, so I won't be able to drop it off on the normal time. So I actually have this car for just a little bit longer than usual. So I'm going to try to film throughout that whole time. And then I'll probably stop it one day before just to kind of edit it and then put it up for you guys on schedule. So yeah, I'm going to get to do a whole week with it in a little bit. And I got some things to move, some things to do. So let's see how it goes. I'll pick it back up later on in the week when we hopefully have more sunlight and I can show you a few more things with the Colorado. All right, here we are. Another morning with the Colorado Z71. You can see the logos right there. Let's see how it sounds if we do a cold start. Take my key fob here. Make sure I'm pressing the right button. You know what? Not bad. I actually think for some reason it sounds a bit louder than the Canyon 2 weeks ago. So not bad at all. Well, we can finally see the Colorado in sort of the sun because as you can see right there, it's going down, but we're just catching it at the end of the day here. And I don't know, I'm curious to see what you guys think. I personally would have liked it better, or the exterior better, if it was raised up like the Canyon, but this way does look cool too. Like, it's a really hard sell for me though. Like, I don't know, like, I really like the big ride height Canyon. I think this would also look cool with a higher ride height, but it does kind of have a decent amount of ground clearance. Like, if we look at it from the side here, you can see that the ground clearance isn't actually that bad, but I don't know. I just feel like it looks like a bigger truck when it's lifted a little bit versus a small one. It looks a lot smaller when it's not lifted, or you don't really have any ground clearance. It does tend to look a bit smaller, but this truck still looks sick. That front end still looks really, really cool. I really like the front end of it. I like it even when I'm driving. Like, you can kind of see, like, I always know that this is like the middle of my car because I can look right here when I'm driving and I can see that this lines up directly with the blacked out Chevrolet logo. And this, I like, this isn't a sticker either. I like how that's an actual badge. It's really nice. It's just a really, really good redesign. I think it's solid. I think they're going to build on it. I've seen the Desert Boss, the fully loaded Desert Boss, and it looks fantastic. So I really hope to get my hands on that, because this is just the Z71. We're probably going to see a lot of these ones out on the road, actually. But the Desert Boss, maybe not so much. So I really want to get my hands on that thing. All right, so we're still with the Colorado because it's a bit of a longer week this time. I actually have it until like the following Wednesday. So I got it for like a week and a half. Look at these red toe. You don't always notice them in the shots that I give you, but there's actually these red toe hooks underneath. I want to know if anybody that owns a pickup actually uses those for anything, because I mean, I get why they're used, but I don't see that I would ever actually use them. And I also want to show you the interior of this thing because it's pretty nice. And you can also see some resemblance to the Canyon AT4X that we had last year. So you can see we got, not last year, actually 2 weeks ago. You can see we have 2 memory seat settings. We also have some trim here, the red trim in the seat. And then, you know, the Canyon was the white stuff here. This one is getting the red, which is really nice. I like it a lot. Nice blacked out badge for the Chevrolet logo. It's actually much easier to get inside this one. Much easier. So that's also nice. You know, and then, you know, you're kind of greeted by this nice Chevrolet stuff here. We've got like the vents that look like they're straight out of Camaro, look like a jet engine. I like that. And I like the feel of the steering wheel. Nice and big, the red trim around, very simple. We have some themes here that I can go through for the digital gauge cluster. And this is the thing here, is like, okay, so you're obviously cutting off 2 sides of it, and I don't get why, because I've seen other versions of this, I'm pretty sure, with a full screen. So it feels like I guess we didn't option it out the right way to have the full digital gauge cluster. It's weird, and it looks weird, and I've noticed it every time. I've not really gotten used to it too much. While we move over, we have the big infotainment display. It's basically the same exact one as I showed you a couple weeks ago on the Canyon. Just this one is a different theme. This is the Chevrolet theme. I showed you the Canyon theme. They're virtually the same thing. The cameras are here too. Same exact camera angles underneath the suspension, all that good stuff. Can wash them if I need to. And yeah, it's just fantastic the way that works. Then we have our physical buttons, just like the Canyon, dual zone automatic climate control. But all this stuff is like not really standard, like the heated seats, heated steering and stuff like that. They're not really standard. You actually do have to pay a little bit more for those things. And it's like, I mean, you can be the judge of it. I'm not personally in the market for a truck, but those that are, do you wish it was more standard? Do you wish like you had more options? Because I feel like I would if I was truly in the market for this. I feel like, you know, things like heated steering should be standard at least, and heated seats should be standard at least. Ventilated seats, we don't really need those. That's fine. Dual zone automatic climate control, we don't really need that either. That's fine. But it's just like the small stuff, right? Moving on, we have the window button where it will roll down all the windows, and they feel like switches, so it's really nice. Auto stop start, all that good stuff. Wireless charging pad. We also have USB and USB-C, which is nice. The standard shifter with the Chevrolet logo right on that boy, not bad at all. I like it. 2 cup holders, a little bit of storage inside here. I like the red seat trim here. Got a powered sunroof too, so we can't complain about that. I like what the passenger looks at too, these nice jet engine vents. So yeah, you know what, overall it's really not a bad interior. It's like, you can tell that GM has used the same platform for the Canyon and also the Colorado now, and probably they're going to use it for more of the small to mid-sized pickups, and I don't really mind it. I actually think it's pretty nice. I'm pretty comfortable in my seat here, plenty of headroom up here. I like the ride height too, like the visibility is also really good. So, you know, there's not too much to complain about other than there's not much standard stuff in here. You do have to pay a lot. This truck is like $59,000, so it's still kind of up there. The Canyon was a bit worse. I think it was almost near 70K for the Canyon. So, you know, it's neither here nor there. But I mean, people in the truck markets are going to pay truck market prices, and they are out of control. Everybody knows that. So there you go. There's the interior for the Colorado Z71. All right, so we're ending up the week now with a different kind of shot. This is usually like the main shot, but since we just had the holidays, I actually got some binaural microphones that I actually wanted to test out. So if you're seeing just the POV shot with GoPro audio, well, then you know that the first drive and test, well, that didn't work. Let's see if it's peaking. Okay, no, audio seems to be relatively okay, hopefully. Hopefully you can hear the bumps and stuff now. Hopefully you can hear the stuff happening on my right and happening on my left. So that way when the main review comes, you'll hear everything. So I'm kind of driving with earplugs in, but also not really because they're transparent. Like I can hear my voice and I can also hear my surroundings, which is really interesting. So yeah, we're going to do some final thoughts for the Colorado like this with a POV shot just to test out some new gear. And next week maybe we'll do return back to the normal. But so far it has been a great week. I mean, I've had it for a week and a half now, tomorrow being my last day with it, today being my last full official day with the car or the truck. It's been great. It's really been really close to the Canyon, but you can notice it noticeably hits that lower price point that I think a lot of people might be looking for. It's still expensive, don't get me wrong. $59,000 for all these add-ons is expensive because, you know, heated seats, heated steering doesn't seem to be standard on these things. It seems to be an add-on possibly, especially here in Canada. So that isn't the best thing in the world. It's not the best news in the world either, but you know what? It is what it is. The truck, however, though, the all-wheel drive system's been great. Although, you know, it's December 26th, I have no snow, really, no rain either, and no ice. So I really couldn't tell you how it handles in the winter, but I'm pretty confident because it is so close to the Canyon that we should be okay. I'm not too worried about it in that sense or in many senses, so that's good as well. As for comfortability, I think, you know, when it comes to ride quality, the Canyon was a little bit better than this guy is, but, you know, it's hard to compare it because the Canyon was meant for like more off-road. It had the DSSVs, so obviously you're going to get a better ride quality out of those. This Colorado doesn't. It's saving you a little bit of money because it doesn't have that stuff, but you know you're still paying quite a bit for a truck. I mean, these truck prices are out of control. That's the reality of the commenters on the AT4X video. So I'm sure it's going to be much of the same on this one. And you know what? Maybe they'll turn this electric one day. Maybe the Colorado will be the Colorado Z71E or something. You never know. I think it's a great truck, though. I think it's a great mid-size to small truck that can get the job done. Has a big personality kind of thing, too. Drives big, just like the Canyon did, so I don't mind that either. And yeah, I think that's going to go, and I don't want to make this too long because it's so much like the Canyon that there isn't much to really go in depth about, and I feel like we've done a good job of that this week. So, you know, having it for a week and a half has been great. No complaints, no glitches, no weird things. This is a great mid-size pickup truck at a lower price point than something like a fully loaded Canyon AT4X. So if you like the video so far, this is my last car actually of 2023. I don't know if I'll either post it in 2023 or you'll end up seeing it in 2024. Probably you'll see it in 2024, but this is my last one. I hope you had a great holiday season, and let's start off 2024 with an absolute bang. I'm going to take about like a week off, then I'll be back for a little bit on posting, and then I'll be gone for another 2 weeks because I am having a little baby child. So I want to spend some time with that and focus on that, and then I'll be right back as normal for the rest of the year. So let's get to 2024. It's going to be insane. With that being said, I'll see you in the next year. See you in the next car. Take care.